Hello.
Hello.
Except you're usually the first one to say hello.
I know. Hello and welcome to Needles at the Ready.
That's good. Good energy.
I am Kevin.
I'm Ray.
Today is Saturday, February 1st, 2025, and this is episode 128 of our YouTube channel where we talk about knitting, crocheting, yarn dyeing, buying, spinning, and all those other fibery fun things.
You know what I learned in high school that still sticks with me today? And I don't know how true it is this day and age, but when you're expressing a number,
okay,
right, for like greater than 100, saying the word "and" infers that there's a decimal point there. So for 128,
let's just say 128.
it should. So back again, I don't know how true this is anymore. Haven't done any research. Sure, we're going to get added a bunch of times, but
don't add.
But I don't remember his name, but I remember how very adamant. Yes, Mr. Murphy. I think he passed. God rest his soul.
He was a good math teacher.
He was a great math teacher. He was very, very passionate.
Yeah.
He's how I learned that Stratford was founded in 1639. Because, anyway, doesn't matter. So, but he ingrained in our heads, and he made us practice saying very, very long numbers. We could not use the word "and." So saying 128, according to him, it's 100.28. Yes.
So this is episode 127.
No, it's 128.
128.
Okay. So there's your food for thought for the day. If you've heard similar things, feel free to reach out. I know across the pond, I believe they always say "and." I don't know. I don't want to say always or never, right? We should never be... There, I just said never. We should refrain from being an always-never society.
You know, speaking of across the pond, we must have been watching something that's like super British.
We're talking like we don't have a timetable today.
Look, let's just relax, okay? Karen.
I'm not a Karen.
No, you're not. What were we watching? Remember? And they called... What did they... Oh, Miss Scarlet.
Miss Scarlet and the Duke.
What? I don't know. What did they call a flashlight?
Oh, a torch.
A torch, which I love. We're so basic with our vocabulary that it really makes me frustrated. So what I would like to know, if you are not from...
here we go. We've got a lot of likes to know. This can be an interactive
If you're not from the
episode.
United States, is there something that we say, a word that we use, that you love?
Oh.
Like, I love the fact, I believe in Australia, they call the trunk the boot.
The boot.
And they don't go to a gas station, they go to the petrol. I love that a flashlight is called a torch. I love that people say a fortnight. So is there something that's American that we say that you like? How it sounds?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Usually we hear the opposite. Yeah. Keep it positive. Okay.
So, all right. So it has been 2 weeks since our last episode, and we've done the only thing that we've really done is last weekend we went and spent some time knitting with Kate from the Knitting Posse and Michael from Upland Fiber Co.
I feel like we don't need to have those descriptors anymore. Because we say Kate and Michael.
But I think it's
it's habit.
Just so... I don't know. It's just a habit from doing this for 5 years.
Did you all watch the Knitting Posse? They introduced themselves as Needles at the Ready.
They did. It was hysterical. We watched it last night.
We joke because when we're all together, we say that we're Posse at the Ready.
Yes.
It's cute.
Speaking of that. So we went and did that, which was lovely. It's a good time to just get together and knit. We go to a little cafe in Norwalk, hang out, have a little brunch, have a little coffee, and knit for a couple hours. And we have some exciting news. We do? We did do something else this week. We booked our tickets and hotel to Nashville, Tennessee, and March for Nashfest.
It should be really awesome. I don't know.
I think it's the first year. Mm-hmm. So we are excited that we're going to be in Nashville. First time going to Nashville. So if you're going to be there, drop a comment down below. Let us know if we'll see you.
Mm-hmm. I can go for a chicken sandwich.
Yes.
Especially after the conversation that we had at the salon today.
Especially after watching Tony and Ryan last night, and they were talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken. I was like, no, I missed
that. I missed that part. I was doing homework.
Another thing is we're still up in the air. So between now and tomorrow morning, we're going to make a decision as to whether or not we're going to the New England Farm and Fiber Festival tomorrow in Boston. So if you plan on going and you see this before tomorrow morning,
You have 3 hours to make a comment.
leave a comment and see if you can sway us to go.
I don't think there's much swaying involved, to be honest.
No,
I'm like 95%.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're there. I'm not leaning either direction currently.
It
So-
was gonna be more of a no, based on my like schoolwork. I have a paper due tomorrow, but I finished it last night, so
Okay, good.
yeah. I should be using the time to get ahead.
Should, but that's all right. Another piece of like admin-y stuff is that we picked our winner of. We're not going to name two people. Their names begin with
A J.
and an L. Like to call people out for not completing projects or even starting them.
Right.
But
Rhymes with Rory and Rustine.
they might be from East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Just
They might
saying. But we did pick our winners for the Badass Brioche Mal. It is k.rod.knits on Instagram. And this is their photo of their picture. The mug's gorgeous.
The mug is so cute.
cute.
I love the colors. That is like so up my alley.
It's very autumnal.
It's like I feel like it's more earthy, right? I
Well-
guess autumn.
It looks it looks like a purple and oranges and like those autumny colors.
Yeah.
So congratulations, and you are the proud winner of the CCM yarn minis that we just picked up at Vogue Knitting Live 2 weekends ago. So just send us an email. Our email is down below, as all of our show notes are, and send us an email with your address and we'll get this shipped out to you.
Be careful with the email. It is needlesatthereadypodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. And there was one other thing I wanted to say. Oh, one other thing. So we did receive a comment on the last video, and somebody said that they wanted some information on a pink yarn over Ray's left shoulder. This is the only yarn I could think of.
That has pink in it?
So I grabbed this. If this is it, this is from Woolens and Nosh, and it was their August 2024 club. If it is not this, what you can do is take a screenshot, circle it, and email it to us, and then I can pull it for the next episode. Because the only other one I could think of over your left shoulder...
So over here?
Like this is this.
This is what I used. These are the leftovers that I had.
Or this one.
That's not pink.
There's pink in it.
Okay. So this is the Skaha yarn that I used for Reese's chicken. I still have a bunch left over, so instead of putting it in my our leftover bin, I put it back on the shelf. It was great to work with. There's like a lot of pink in there. It was really great to work with. So I wanna knit with more of it. So that's why I wanted to kind of keep it out and visual. And then this one, if this is what you were looking for, this is Ginger Snap. The colorway is called Joy. It's a blacklight reactive yarn. I guess there was some pinks and stuff there. What's this?
Yeah, if it's not any of those, just take a screenshot, circle it, and then we'll pull it for next time.
Yeah. Don't go crazy, though, because we're not pulling all the yarn out. Not yet. We have to go through all this.
You do.
I have to go through all this.
That's your side anyways.
Well, I don't know. I've shoved things that belong to you, most likely.
In there?
Yeah.
All right.
It's hanging out, so I'm going to have to use it soon.
So, I think that's all the admin stuff.
I think so, too.
Oh,
yeah.
One last thing is that we've closed the Socks for Sam Knit Along thread.
Yeah.
So that ended yesterday, January 31st. And for the next episode, we will pull a winner for the prize that we got from Cody.
It's an amazing prize.
With the redesign bag and needles and I think a skein of yarns in there as well. So we will pull that for the next episode.
Oh, one more thing. And then we are now on Blue Sky.
Oh, we are.
If you follow us on Instagram, and we did make a post on YouTube as well. We've heard some good things about Blue Sky, and we thought we'd just give it a try and see what's out there. So we did join. We're Needles at the Ready over there. Really easy to find us. I like it so far. It's very straightforward. People seem very, very friendly and interactive right now. Not sure if it's just the newness of it. I know it's been around for a little bit. But there seemed to be a large like move over there from some of the people that we follow, so we decided to check it out. We've been kind of posting here or there and seeing new things, which is really exciting. And from my perspective, it's nice because you can really kind of filter down to what it is that you're interested in.
Yeah.
And follow like the hashtags and the posts that you're interested in following. Everybody seems very friendly so far and supportive. It's really neat to see new names that I haven't really seen. Instagram kind of things have gotten a little bit buried from time to time, and it's very difficult. So,
and there's no ads.
Yeah.
So there's that going for it. And it's very much like Twitter. Mm-hmm. So if it feels more like Twitter and Threads than it does combined. Instagram. The company who does make Blue Sky is looking to make a photo sharing-esque app, kind of like Instagram, but not with all the like bells and whistles. So we'll see, how that goes in the coming months once it's released.
We're not leaving anything, but it's just nice to have a different platform. Seems like a different vibe, which is cool.
So, with that being said,
we'll have that link down below in our show notes now, too.
Yeah.
Where you can
Is that everything now?
I hope so.
Okay. All right, so I believe that's everything. So, we'll talk about... We covered our 2 weeks. We talked about Adamany stuff. I think we covered everything, hopefully. If not, we'll just babble anyways. So, we will jump into some knitting. I have 2 FOs and I think 4 whips.
All right. I have 1 FO, 2 whips. One of them's almost an FO. But 2 whips that I've currently been working on. I did put a couple of rows or a couple of inches on my sweater, but I'm not going to show that yet because I haven't gotten to a different transition, spot. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't bring that to show.
All right.
How about what I'm wearing really quickly?
Oh, please.
This is the Slip Stravaganza by Stephen West. Oh, sorry. It's a huge schlanket. This was our very first Stephen West knit along, mystery knit along.
Yes, it was.
That we did, and it is my absolute favorite shawl of all time. And it was of the mystery knit alongs that we've done, it's my absolute favorite. Mm-hmm. I don't remember all of the yarns that I used. Most of it's trilogy yarns, I believe.
You have
whiskey.
Yep. Little Nugget.
Oh yeah, Little Nugget.
And Teddy Bear.
And Teddy Bear. It was only 3 colors?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so soft. It's so beautiful. I love the drape. I love that you can wear it so many different ways. But one of my favorite ways to wear it is like the
hap shawl.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hap shawl, like a
wrap.
A wrap.
A poncho.
Poncho. That's what I was saying. So I like to just kind of like tuck up one end up here, and it's just and then it's nice and warm. And then I think it looks cute.
It is. It's hands down my favorite shawl I've ever knit.
And we were talking during our knit night.
That's a tough one though. That and Vertices Unite are tied.
Oh, Vertices Unite.
Those are my 2 favorite patterns.
This one's definitely my number 1. Vertices Unite is because a very close second. But I was talking on knit night. I kind of want to make another one.
I do too.
I really do. So, and I think being able to jump in and grab some more stash yarn to do this, I think would be really good. I want to start using stash more.
I want to dye it. I want to knit it out of like my yarn.
Oh yeah.
I just have to figure out a 3-color palette.
Yeah, I don't remember how many skeins of each that you needed. 2 of each, 3 of 2.
2 of each.
Was it 2 of each?
I think it's 2 of each.
Yeah, it really is. It's my favorite.
You could do a scrappy version too.
True.
You could do 2 of them. You could do 2 with the main color. 2 of the main color.
Yeah.
If you have 2, and then the rest could be scrappy, where you use like 3 colors in it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you could get away with using 3 colors.
I think this is 4 colors.
No.
What's that?
Oh wait, you might be right.
Yeah.
Wait, I had a dark green,
1, 2,
a white,
3.
a blue, and a gold.
I think it's 4 colors.
Yeah, it is 4 colors. Yeah.
Maybe it's 1 skein of each. I don't know. Well, I don't remember. It's okay. Anyway, I would love to do another one. But that's what I'm wearing today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some FOs.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So my first one are my Woolens and Ash socks. This is the winter collab with Les Garçons.
Their season of socks, I think.
Seasons of socks. Yeah. So I finished these yesterday and blocked them. I knit let's pull up my project page on Ravelry.
Everything that we talk about today, with the exception of the slip extravaganza, I think is on Ravelry.
I have to take photos of these, though.
Okay.
All right, so I used a total of 82 grams. I knit 64 stitches on a US 1, which is a 2.25 millimeter needle. I do a German twisted cast on. Mm-hmm. I knit a 1x1 rib for 16 rounds. Joined my yarn, and I knit until my leg was 8 inches. Added my markers for an afterthought heel. And then my foot, I knit 5.5 inches before I started doing my toe. When I do my toe, I decrease every other round until I have 16 stitches on both my front and back needle for magic loop. And then I Kitchener. For my heel, after I cut in, I knit 3 rounds, 3 plain rounds, and then I start doing the same thing until I have 16 stitches on both my front and back needle for magic loop. And yeah, I think they're lovely.
They are. They're very lovely.
I am going to have to, I kind of talked about this last week. I think my gauge has changed quite a bit, guys, because these felt looser. So I think I might have to go down to a US 0 for my socks.
Give it a try and see.
But
you
I
could
may
always
also
go down to 54 stitches if you like the gauge that you're getting.
I also have to, again, check different yarn. Though.
Yeah.
Like, this is her 9010 Targhee nylon, which is a little bit thicker than a 7525, which is the other common sock yarn that I've knit with. They're still going to fit. I thought the foot fit really well, taking off about a 1/2 inch of length so that I had some negative ease. Mm-hmm. So that it doesn't slouch at the heel. I got some comments on the last one too to use a heel flap and gusset.
Yeah.
I often do heel flap and gussets. Actually, the socks I have on now have them.
Yep.
I typically only do those for patterned socks in the past. When I'm knitting a self-striping, I do like the afterthought heel so it doesn't interrupt the stripe sequence or the width of the stripe. Mm-hmm. So that's why I tend to go to an afterthought heel. And they do fit well. I think my issue has been my gauge has become looser.
Yeah.
So I've needed to remove some length so that it doesn't stretch out as much by the end of the day. Like when I first put them on, they're great. But by the end of the day, they're a little loose around my foot. So,
and we wear our socks in sneakers, shoes. Like our socks get.
I wear them every day.
Yeah.
As long as they're clean, or upstairs in the drawer. So yes, and what's really interesting about this color here is actually a really dark green. I think, Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong. Initially, I thought it was like a dark gray or black, but it's actually a really, really dark green, I think.
On the camera, it looks like it's a darker green.
Yeah.
But up close, it looks more of like a purplish black.
So that I just love I love the color sequence. I love the stripes. So that's that.
Lovely
pair of socks.
Yeah, I feel like it's so nice having a new pair of socks.
It really is.
I really love having a new pair of socks. So that's my next FO. If you follow us on Blue Sky, you'll see that I posted this there. I finished my Mysterious Ray socks.
It's such a good color.
It is such a good color. So this was from the Mysterious Podcasters box from Les Garçons that came out, oh gosh, it's probably been about 1.5 years or so. Was it summertime that it came out?
We saw it when we were in Montreal 2 years ago. So we didn't see the colors, I don't think. We saw like some of the
stuff inside.
So it came out in 2023.
Yeah. I actually, going through my socks, I don't have many like solid/tonal socks. Most of it's either heavily variegated because I thought it was very, very pretty, or self-striping, or striped socks, I mean. So I think this is really nice. It's very bold. I love the colors. So the colorway is called Mysterious Ray, and the contrast is Emma's Stone, and it is their BFL sock base. I'm not quite sure what the breakout is. Maybe an 80-20 or 75-25. But the they're beautiful. They fit me extremely well. I will have my Ravelry project page listed too, but what I do for my sock recipe, I have it all listed below in Ravelry, so you can see what my sock recipe is and what I did for these specific socks. So I did 72 stitches in the contrast color. I did a 2x2 German twisted cast on 2x2 rib, which is my go-to rib for socks. I do enjoy a 2x2 rib for socks. I did that for 18 rows, which is about 1.5 inches or so. And then I knit my leg was 8 inches total with the with the thing. What's it called? Cuff. And then for my heel, I do 5 additional rounds before I start my decreases for my heel. I have a deeper heel, and I find that fits very, very well. I love the fit of an afterthought heel.
Mm-hmm.
Again, then I wear a size 11 shoe, 12 shoe. I wear a size 12. My foot is 11 inches long, so I do from here to here is 6.25 inches about. And then for my toe, I don't add any additional rows to that, and I decrease every other round until I get to 20 stitches. Then I decrease every round until I get to... every other round. Yeah, every other round until I get to 20. Every round until I get to 14. And then I Kitchener at once I have 14 stitches on each needle. For the heel, I go down to 16 stitches, and then I Kitchener there. And yeah, that's really, they're beautiful. They fit me extremely well. I'm so happy for them to be done. I've been working on these for quite a while.
Yeah.
I just had put them down for a while. And
it was because of the yarn.
Yeah, and I dropped some stitches and tried to fix it while we were watching Reese's dance recital, and I ended up ripping it back out and starting again. I'm just so happy that I did. I'm very, very pleased with them. These were blocked because usually I don't block my socks before I wear them because why? Why? So, but I'm really glad that I did because when I pulled out the yarn and ripped back, I had those ramen noodles to knit with, and it so blocking it just kind of evened out the stitches just so that you can kind of see it. But I love how these turned out. I really, really do.
And they do just look so nice when they're blocked.
They do.
At least for the first time.
Yeah. Except my leg was really long, so at the top of the blocker, the cuff kind of wrapped in there. But when they're on my legs, you can't see that. And then as I'm not putting them back on the blockers again. Right. So, so I will be wearing these probably tomorrow.
I will probably wear mine tomorrow.
Oh, great.
All right.
So if you see us in Boston, if we go, ask to see my socks. Happy to take my shoes off.
Mine will be easy because I will wear my Birks.
Great.
My next pair of socks, I'm going to do 2x1 rib. I'm going to try that.
2x1?
Yes.
I did a whole sock 2x1.
I've done a 3x1 sock, and it fits really well.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last FO is a spinning bit. Let me actually pull up my... Oh, is it not in my Ravelry?
Oh, you've already failed.
Oh, it's on Insta.
Kidding.
No, I have to figure out how to put my...
Oh, while you're pulling that up, this is my leftovers from the yarn. So I still have a decent amount left.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty large pair of socks. And then this is what I have left of the minis. This one I haven't touched yet because... Oh, no, I did. But I had an extra mini for that because I lost it and then it was found.
So I have spun 2 braids and then plied the 2 braids together. So this is a combo spin. The first braid that I had was a 4-ounce braid of Rambouillet from Murky Depths in the colorway called Dark Rambler. This was purchased at India Untangled this past year. And then the second braid I also got at India Untangled from CCM Yarns. And that braid was 4 ounces in a Shaniko top fiber. Both of these are non-superwash fibers, and it is the colorway Fork in the Road. That almost went in my teeth.
It did, but it landed very, like, nicely.
So this ended up being 8.2 ounces, 252 grams.
Wait till you see this.
And roughly 814 yards of somewhere between probably like a sport DK weight. Mm-hmm. Look at this skein.
Woo!
It is one skein. So
It's
this
a
was
baby.
spun and plied on my Daedalus Starling.
It's gorgeous.
I'm really impressed that I was able to get 8.2 ounces of spun fiber on there. I probably won't do it again just because at the end of it, it was coming off when I would stop it, which it shouldn't come off your bobbin that easily. But we'll open this up.
I haven't seen it opened up. Oh, it's so good.
So this is...
Oh, it smells so good.
It does.
Is that the Woolens? And
this is Woolen & Co., which we have a
Woolens &
coupon code for down below. This is the sweet basil and something.
Oh, it smells delicious.
So here is
Kev, it's beautiful.
the fiber. It's pretty consistent. You know, there's obviously... It's handmade.
handspun. Yeah.
So there's going to be these like thick bits here and there where like the fiber kind of gets away from you. I also have an issue sometimes spinning because I have a bird who flies on my hand when I'm spinning. So I stop it because I obviously don't want him to fly into the wheel. So yeah, I think this is really pretty.
Yeah, it's so pretty. It's just so interesting to me how I was talking to Kevin about this the other day, saying how cool spinning is, because you have the fiber, like the bats of this colorful fiber, and then you spin it and it transforms into something completely different, and then you ply it and it transforms into something even more different, and then you cake it up or skein it up and it's even more different, right?
I just have a cowl. Look.
Yeah, you're done.
I have a third FO. I have a cowl.
That's actually really cool.
It kind of is.
But look
it's
how
really
pretty.
Warm.
And then you knit it or crochet it up, and it's yet again, it's so different. It's just really cool process to me.
So I am super, super pleased with this spin. Some, I've done the wraps per inch tool. Some of the strands are a fingering weight. Some of them are actually, I think, are even like lace.
No.
I don't know.
No, fingering. Fingering to sport.
Yeah, fingering. Some of them are like this is more DK-ish in this section. So yeah, I think
It's pretty consistent.
Yeah, no, I'm
it's
super
hand
happy
spun,
with it.
yeah.
It does kind of remind me of another one. This is my favorite one ever. It's very similar. Yeah.
Oh, it kind of
The
is.
palette it's really close to this.
Well, you know what you like. You're drawn to certain colors. But
yeah,
it's interesting because it's not blues and...
This is grays and yellows. This has a lot of white, yellow, orange, greens, like a dark gray, and some dark blues in there.
Yeah, I was going to say the blues are really pretty in there.
So I think this one might be a traveler shawl.
Oh, yeah. Do you have enough yarn for that?
I don't know if I'm going to have enough yardage. What I really want to do too? I really want to see, and I may get it next time we see them someplace. I want to see this colorway fork in the road spun by itself and see what that looks like because it's such a pretty colorway.
I think you did a great job.
So I may get more of that in the future just to see. So yeah, so I have to see. I think that's what it's going to become is a traveler shawl.
Yeah,
I just think it's
so
going to
nice.
be so pretty.
Yeah, it really is.
So handsome.
Handsome. You're a handsome guy.
All right, so that's that. And then as a little added bonus, I've decided just for funsies that I kind of wanted to, who knows if I'm going to keep up with this, guys. You know how this goes. Keep track of stats kind of for the year just to see.
Your stash stats?
Yeah, kind of. So for yarn, and I'm counting, this is how I'm counting it though. If I spin fiber into yarn, make a skein of Handspun that's moving into my in for yarn, but out for fiber, if that makes sense. So for yarn in this month, I brought in 722 grams. And I used up 621 grams.
Great.
Plus 101.
Okay.
For fiber, I brought in 700 grams. And I used 252. So I brought in a lot more fiber. But we went to a festival.
Yeah, and you're just starting to knit with your fiber now. That wasn't a regular thing for you.
I mean,
you started with your hat, you got your traveler's cowl, and those are the only 2 projects that you've knit with your yarn so far.
No, but I'm saying I brought in a lot of fiber this month.
Yeah, you did.
But 2 of those are for you.
Okay, you don't need to justify.
So I really only brought in 500 for myself. But yeah, that's that.
I don't know if that works that way because we buy yarn sometimes because it's pretty and not necessarily like, oh, I want this for myself. Just want to add.
No, if I'm buying something, I mean, it's still for me, but it's going to be you. When it comes out of stash, it's not going in my stash. Like I wouldn't count it once the yarn's spun up and plied and all that.
You're just adding to my burden.
Absolutely. You asked for that.
I did. I'm excited. I'm very excited about it.
So yeah, so those are my FOs.
Fantastic.
So we are moving on to whips.
Great.
And I have 4 kind of 5-ish.
Awesome. Go for it.
Okay. So
I only have 2.
All right, whip number 1. You guys have seen this a ton. And this is currently living in my... What the heck's that bag? Oh. Currently living in my Paradise Island bag. Good canvas tote.
Yeah, it's a good bag. Is that Paradise Island?
Yeah. This was our first Vogue.
It's more like Paradise.
Because
it is Pear.
Yeah. All right.
So don't think that it's a spelling mistake when we list it down below in our show notes.
Correct.
Which, by the way, everything that we talk about will be listed down below in our show notes. I know we say this often, but you've got to kind of hit more and then more again under the video, and you can see everything that we talk about. We try to have links to everything. If there's something that you see that we talk about that you have a question about, or we didn't link it, just give us a heads up, and we'll send that your way.
All right, so I've made a little progress on my Jelly Roll Blanket by Kay Jones.
I can't wait to see this completed.
The last time you guys saw it, I was here.
Yep.
So I finished this colorway, which I know was Superfine Yarn Co. Who doesn't dye yarn anymore? One? No, it's not penny. I don't know what it was. It's a single ply.
Yeah. Erie. Oh, maybe that was her base. Erie base.
So I did this, and then I had some of that left over. So on my next stripe, I started with that. And now I'm using this. This is Emma's yarn, and this I use to make Riley's Kirby sweater.
Yeah, that's a cute sweater.
So this is what I have so far.
It honestly is so stunning, Kevin. You it's really good.
And just so you know, I don't put any thought really into the color that I'm picking. I'm just
trying not to
find the needle. It's right there.
Don't want to get pulled out.
The only thing that makes that decides what I'm going to use next is I'm trying to not use leftovers that have more than 20 grams in it. Because otherwise I feel like it's just too much of a stripe. So, yeah. And I did make a decision. I know I've said in the past that I was going to put some woolens and nash in here as like my middle stripe. I made a decision to not do that, but I may go back on that decision. Okay. And we'll talk about that in a second, too.
I think I'm going to put woolens. I have woolens and nash in mine. I haven't touched mine in months.
All right.
But that's okay.
So that was whip number 1. Am I going again?
You sure are.
How many do you have?
2.
Okay. So next one, we're going to do a little update on this sweater. In my Attenti bag.
It's a gorgeous bag. If you could see the texture. It's like a brushed velvet almost. It's gorgeous.
So good.
Olivia texted, "Hi, Olivia."
All right. So this was a couple weeks ago now, maybe even 2 episodes ago. There was a little bit of an issue with the sweater that I'm trying to knit. The sweater is called Sandport by Isolde Teague. It is a drop shoulder raglan combo sweater.
Mm. Did you guys hear Skylar? He's really having the time of his life downstairs.
So this is the sweater. I think I mentioned I would not do the ribbing that long. I would make it a more normal fit. So probably even more stripes on mine. The yarn that I'm using for this is Patagonia Organic Merino that we picked up from Skein in the color Mahogany and Pearl. Mm. These are DK, it says. I feel like it may be a little closer to sport, though. And it is 3.5 ounces for 100 grams, 382 yards. That's sport weight.
Yeah, 382. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's more of a sport weight, I would think.
Yeah, because I had to go down needle sizes to get gauge.
Yeah.
So, the issue that I had is I thought that there was an error in the pattern. I was at the point where I had knit my back panel. This is going to be really hard to see because they're on tight needles. So I knit the back, which is
it
this.
knits up beautifully. Look at that.
It does.
The like little tweed in there and stuff.
So you do some increases on the back panel.
Yeah.
You knit down. You get here and you add your first stripe. And after you add the first stripe, you knit 6 rows. Then you pick up, which you can see here, the pickup stitches.
Oh, you did a good job picking up there.
And you knit a front left shoulder, front right shoulder, and then you join them. Mm-hmm. In the pattern as it's currently written for the size that I'm making, which is a size 6 with a tall armhole depth, that armhole depth is recommended for people 5'8" and taller. The math didn't math, so I reached out on the comments in Ravelry and I didn't get a response. But there was an email that said to use this other program called like Knitworthy. I joined that and I put a comment there. It's more of a social media thing or platform for people who are knitting her patterns.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So then after I didn't get any feedback from anybody on there, I emailed directly and I got a response within like 2 days saying that yes, the spreadsheet was incorrect and I needed to knit an additional 9 rows than what the pattern called for. So I did that and I'm joining the back and I just realized last night that I knit 2 extra rows on the back. So I have to take that out, take out 2 rows and then join it. So I'll do that this weekend, possibly. I don't know because we're actually quite busy this weekend. Because I don't know about you guys, when I need to fix something, I need like peace and quiet. I need to be in that frame of mind, and that's my issue. Because then things are just at a standstill until I take the time to do that. But I need to be in the right frame of mind to make corrections to my knitting. So this sweater, I'm knitting it on.
My watch told me that I was in the middle of a phone call to my boss. I hope that's not true.
Do you have your work phone with you?
Nope. No, I have her in my personal phone.
Oh, okay. So I'm knitting this on a US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter, and a US 2.5, which is a 3 millimeter needle.
Oh God, I hope that's not true.
Does it show in your history?
No, I did call her yesterday on my way home.
Oh, okay.
But
can I see your watch?
Yeah, I turned. It was like blinking the phone on the top, so I hit it. And it showed that I was on the phone for like 20 hours.
Oh, so yeah, no, then that's just like it probably didn't show off. So yeah, so that's where I am at that. I just need to spend some time and correct that and remove those 2 rows. I wish I had noticed it because I had forgot to do some decreases and I had ripped back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I actually need to rip out 3 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I actually need to rip out. No, 2 rows.
Sit down in the quiet and figure it out. You know?
Yeah, so that's what these...
The colors are gorgeous together. The stitches, like the stitch definition is really cool. Like it looks really nice. The fabric that you're getting. It's a tight gauge.
It is. And my swatch was really, really nice. So I'll be happy with that. And I need to finish it because I would like to bring a sweater to Nashville.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have my simple...
All right, so that's number 2 for me. So you could go now.
Okay. Let me show you... This is a new cast on that you hadn't seen. I was chatting with my mother who picked up her knitting again after a little bit. And she was saying that she wanted a hat and a pair of mittens. So she was working on a hat for herself. And I said, I would be happy to cast on a pair of mittens. So I cast on the World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits. And she had asked for like browns or tans. And I just went for it. So I'm knitting the... Let me see if I can pull up the pattern. I'm knitting the adult medium. This is the World's Simplest Mittens. It is a free pattern.
You're not using the app?
No.
Oh.
No, because if I mess up, like the app is good, but then like if you mess up, then you have to remember to like go back, and then it was just too much.
There's all the little arrows at the bottom.
I didn't do it. So I decided to, again, pull from Stash. Kevin helped me because I had some difficulties with the colors. I pulled some greens. Actually, I pulled this one. I thought it was brown. And I thought this would make stunning gloves. And I think it still will. But we had this in our stash. Clearly it's green. Now it actually looks mossy green to me. Yeah. But hey, at nighttime it looks a little bit different. But that was originally going to be the yarn that I was going to use is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in the colorway Artifact.
Maybe I'll make mitts for myself with that because my mitts don't fit.
Yeah, it's only 50 grams. Oh, there is a second skein. Yeah. So I caked it up and everything. I was like really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, my mom's going to love this. It's a beautiful like hardy yarn. It's got some like tweedy bits in there or some, tonality in different colors. However, that was not the color palette that she would like. So Kevin helped me. Anyway, we still have quite a stash of knit picks. Wool of the Andes.
Isn't it funny how, and this isn't for everyone, how your choice in yarn changes as you progress in your crafting journey. Because it starts with Walmart, Joann's, and Michael's.
Maybe it stays there. Who knows?
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, for some people, it stays there. But for us, like, it started at... Literally, the first skein of yarn I bought was Walmart. Then you go to... We, did the Joann's and Michael's thing. And then we did the knit picks thing because I knew nothing about yarn. Then you find a local yarn store. You go. You start seeing different fibers. And then you find YouTube podcasts. And you hear about all these other fibers and indie dyers and blah, blah, blah. And then that happens. To some.
To some. To us. So... Anyway, we had a bunch of knit picks, Wool of the Andes left over, in a bunch of different weights, because we had Delusions of Grandeur that we were going to knit 1,000,001 ornaments. So we got like sport weight from there. We're going to all Arna and Carlos's balls.
Every single one of their balls.
Every ball was going to be knit. And it was too much for us. Like balls,
but it was
just too much.
How many did we make?
I believe...
5 to 6?
No.
More than that?
Yeah, like 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I did knit every ball. Almost every ball in that book. Because we gave them out for Christmas gifts.
Doesn't it have 52 balls in it?
Oh, then I didn't do that. I knit quite a bit. Okay. Anyway, we had Duluths. And then that year we were like, okay, there's a sale. Let's just order a bunch of different holiday colors. So we've got like frosty blue and whatever. Blah, 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 blah. We also have a bunch of colors of Wool of the Andes. Worsted. Left over. Anyway, whatever. So, chose 2 colors that are both like browns. This is a little closer to like a brownish tan in my mind.
Beige.
So beige. So this color is almond. This one is chestnut.
Almond.
Yep, I'm going to show those in a sec. So wool of the Andes, it's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's a 50-gram cake ball skein, and yeah, it's worsted weight. So Kevin just showed this again, but this is
what's that one? Chocolate?
No, chestnut.
Oh, chestnut.
Where is it? Oh, in the front. Chestnut. So what I wanted to do was have a little contrast. I was playing around with the idea of maybe doing like stripes in the mitten, but I didn't. So I did. Here it is. Here's one. I have one completed that I completed today in the salon, and I'm almost done with my second one. I just have like a couple more rows to go, and then I can cinch that up. But what I did was I cast on with the main color here, and these are small for me. I would knit an adult large for myself, but for my mom, I think this would be perfect.
Well, you could have mine.
Okay. Maybe you should try these on just to see if this fits you.
Yeah.
So the I knit the main color there, a German twisted cast on. I followed the pattern exactly, 4 inches of 1x1 ribbing in the chestnut color, and then I knit one additional row in the chestnut color, and then I switched to the main body, and I followed the pattern exactly. Had a little bit of an issue with a hole there when I picked up stitches, but yeah. I did sew it closed from the inside. It's just a little stretch because my hands are a little bit on the larger side. I was toying with the idea of doing a Kitchener stitch to close it up, but I decided to follow the pattern. In the pattern, it just has you cinch it up. Again, world's simplest mittens, but I think the colors are really cute. I sent a picture to my mom of the colors this morning. She seemed to be good with them. She was actually, it kind of goes a little bit with the hat that she's knitting currently right now.
Oh, we don't.
Which I haven't shown one of my mom's projects in a little while, so here we go. She's knitting a hat, or she knit a hat. It looks, I don't know if it's almost done or not. I can't see the crown. But yeah. So I think that would be...
Yeah, they'll go well together.
They'll go well together. And it's interesting because we didn't like go over like color selection or anything like that. So yeah. So that's one. And like I said, I have the second one done. I'm using the recommended needles. So it's a US 5 for the ribbing. And it's a US 7 for the...
Yeah, this fits better than mine.
Yeah?
Yeah, mine...
Is the thumb long enough? You have a little bit of room there.
Right, so I
probably would have knit this thumb a little bit longer.
For me, yeah.
For you. I wonder if my mom would have the same issue. Well, whatever. I think they're still going to be nice and warm. So what I did, because you had an issue with the holes there too... What I did on this one is I picked up extra stitches on both sides and knitted them, like twisted, like did an extra twist and knit them, but it still gave me quite a big hole there. On these, I'm very curious. I did this when we were getting our haircuts today. Still a hole, not as bad.
I think
so. And I picked up the stitch right in the middle, in between. So I'm still going to need to
yeah, I forgot.
Tie it up, but this part is better, this part is not. So I wonder if I had picked up the middle and then maybe picked up an additional leg of the stitch below and twisted that, knit those two together, that probably would have sealed it up. So on the next pair I'll try that.
I wish I took notes of what I did for Riley's mitts when I did hers for Christmas, because whatever I did, and I know I did something different, I didn't have any holes when I was done. Yeah. I think at the top, because it says to pick up one stitch from the body, I think I picked up multiple from the body.
Yeah. I think that's probably what...
To prevent that, and I just don't remember, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, but to close up holes, at a gusset or a join, it's really easy. You're just picking up, like you're just using your tapestry needle, and you're picking up stitches all around the hole. And you're kind of cinching it together on the inside, which you can't see that on the outside. So it's not like it's a difficult thing at all to be able to do that. And then you just kind of weave in your ends and stuff. But,
yeah.
So that's that. If it needs to be adjusted, I'll certainly adjust it. I probably should have, like I did follow the length of the thumb that
2
it
inches?
recommends. It was 1.75 inches.
Oh, really? I think
Yeah.
mine was...
And now that I'm looking at it,
2.
it's a little shorter. I'm wondering if I should just pull that out because it's just cinched together.
You could, and just
go a little bit more. Well, let's see. Let's have her try it on first, and if I need to adjust it, I'll adjust it. But yeah, that's whip
right.
number 1, which is going to be an FO within the next like hour. Probably.
So my next 2 are going to be pretty quick. Because they literally were... I picked them up last night.
Sorry, this is living in my Matterroot bag, which we got at...
Maryland?
Maryland Sheep and Wool.
No, we got the bigger ones at Maryland.
We got a few bags.
No, I think that was gifted to us.
Really?
Yeah, I think that one was gifted to us, actually.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
All right, so
they're going to be at... Where?
Boston.
Tomorrow. I wonder if they're going to bring their bags or just
T-shirts.
T-shirts. They are. Oh. Well, guess who's going to be coming home with some bags? God damn it.
All right, so the next 2 for me are going to be pretty quick because I just picked them both up last night. So this, if you guys remember, was purchased at Vogue Knitting Live 2024. This is the Hello Bargello.
Hello,
Silver.
Bargello.
What is it called? Oh, Silver Springs. I chose the blue color palette. So I just picked mine up last night and added...
It's so good.
I know, and I'm so close to being done, I think. And I added this up here, and then I added this down there. So this is... I wrote down all my whips that I was coming into 2025 with that haven't seen any progress in quite some time. Not like... I don't know, not like my sweater or whatever the case. Like things that just weren't seeing any love. Because I want to start making some progress on those and finish those, and this was one of them. So I grabbed this, and I'll continue to work on it. It actually is really easy.
I haven't even tried it.
That's the back.
I know, even the back looks super cool.
So the back for me was really easy to kind of do. I used to mess around with plastic canvas as a kid. So like the idea of this is very familiar to me.
And so what do you do? You cut... once you're done, do you cut this out?
No. I'm going to keep going, filling this in.
Uh-huh. And then down here will get all filled into?
I'm going to fill it into. And the only thing I'll have to cut is this section right here, because I won't go past this.
Uh-huh.
So I'll have to do that with like probably an X-Acto knife just to be, or like a razor to be a little more precise.
Yeah.
And then I have the wooden dowel, and I'll have to make the tassels.
There's a tassel right there.
No, these tassels with the yarn.
Oh, yeah.
So here are the... Well, that's not a really good thing. We're not talking about these.
I have delusions of grandeur right now.
And it comes with everything that you need in this little bag. So these are the yarn that you receive to do it. Are those 2? No. So these are, I got 2 of each color to complete this. So that is one whip.
Do they have the colorway names on them? Or a number or something? Or does it tell you?
So it has the number. So these are DMC yarns. Uh-huh. So like this one, it's tapestry wool. This is DMC 720.
Does it tell you in the pattern what, like, how do you know what colors to use?
There is...
Or are you just matching up, like, visually?
I wonder if I went online. That's a really good question.
Just because with my...
So it does
like,
say colors...
I wouldn't be able to sit there...
Right, it says colors A through F. But I don't know where colors A through F are listed. I want to say it's on the website.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
So you can visit Hello Bargello for free video tutorials. So I think it says it on the website.
Okay.
There might be a little bit more information on there. But It does come with a little easy chart and tells you what to do once you get to like up here. For instance, I couldn't go any further.
Uh-huh.
So it just tells you how to work that. You just kind of do what you can, and it's worked over 3 squares. So you go in like a square, and then you put it your yarn over the next 3 and then go into square 5. So you're kind of working really with 5 squares, but you're only covering 3 with the yarn.
I see. Yeah, it's neat. Very,
I
very
know.
neat.
I think it's going to be really cool once it's done. And it should be pretty quick from here. So
yeah.
Maybe it'll be done next time.
I feel like when you sat down and did it, like when you started it, you got pretty far pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like that's not a lot of days of bargelloing.
No, and I was trying to think what we were watching. I want to say, I feel like it could have been season 1 of The Diplomat. All right.
There's a person at our door 7 minutes ago.
Mailman.
Oh.
Okay, so that was... Oh, I actually have 2 more, kind of. But
Go for it.
No, you go ahead.
I only have 1 left.
All right, so my next one, again, really quick. This goes back to my blanket. So my thought was that I was going to do, and this is living in my
beautiful sister
bag, that I was going to use up, instead of putting leftover woolens and nash in the blanket, that I would make a litmus cowl. Litmus cowl. So I cast it on last night. I did a provisional cast on crochet with 100 stitches and just cast on with the leftover from my socks. This is a pattern by Jude Harper. It's free on Ravelry. A lot of people have made it. Ray has one going as well. So here's where I'm at. Actually, my only thought, and it's going to be pretty specific to this color way, the white stripe in it on my socks sometimes didn't get a full 2 repeats. So I'm not even getting a full round on this. So I'm trying to see, where did it start? So, I mean, I guess that's pretty decent. Maybe I just keep going.
So Michelle was, when we were in Vermont at her, I was going to say her workshop, she said that she bases like, her colors and like how wide those stripes are is off of like a 72 stitch sock. So it would make sense if you have 100 stitches, and if that stripe was only really supposed to be, not supposed to be, but maybe just like 1 row or one, that it wouldn't go all the way around. So but it's going to be beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So I'm just, I'll probably just keep going. So the idea is when I'm done with my woolens and nash socks for the month, that I would then just add it into the cowl. And then any of the scraps that I currently have can just go in here as well. And it'll be a mashup of woolens and nash self-striping.
I love it.
And I'm using the recommended needle, which is a US 4, which is is it 3?
3.25?
3.5 millimeter.
3.5.
So that was cast on last night.
It's great. It's fun and it's easy. You just go round and round and round.
It is. That's what I thought too. It would just be quick.
Yep.
All right, you go ahead.
All right, my last whip is my crochet project, my Tunisian crochet project. I'm really excited about this. I'm really enjoying the process. I showed this on the last podcast. I have been working... Apparently this wrap doesn't do well when you're just like leaning to the side. You know?
I know.
It's all twisted now. So, let me show you where I'm at. And then we can chat about it. It's a little bit tangled here. Okay. So here's what I have so far done. I really love it. I was here last time I showed it. So I added all of this.
Oh, you made a lot of progress.
Yeah. I made and I the intention was, so let me tell you about the pattern first, because I'm doing a 3-color fade, and I'm really stoked because I was able to use
stash yarn?
Yeah, stash yarn.
Look at you using all that stash yarn, Ray.
Oh
my gosh. Good thing we bought it all. If we didn't buy it all, we'd have to buy more.
Okay. This is the Ringing Rocks shawl by and we were just Jennifer Lovett. It's I don't know, I loved it. I loved the look of it. I love the drape that the models had. It really, like I said before, reminded me of the Paris Toujours shawl, which is another one of my favorite shawls. It's just a very nice, like, cozy, bulky, not bulky.
The DK
like,
one.
Yeah, the DK one. Like, it just is so nice. It feels
a little
so
substantial.
Squishy. Yeah. So I'm doing the 3-color fade. Her pattern is extremely easy to follow. It makes Tunisian crochet, for me anyway, very accessible. There's links to tutorials, TL Yarn Crafts tutorials, which she does a lovely job with her tutorials. Kind of explains how to modify. There's nothing really that, if you run low on yarn, the designer tells you to just pull back 2 rows, and crochet is very easy to pull back 2 rows and just make it work, each time you start a transition, you put in your stitch markers so that when you're decreasing, you can match your rows. So even if you just weigh your yarn, kind of figure it all out. So the color that I started with, my color A, is you know what? Let me pull up my Ravelry page, because I do have a Ravelry page for this. Just want to make sure that I'm giving you all of the correct information. That is, let me see, color Fangirl Fibers. Nope. Sorry. By the Moonlight Studio. This is by the Moonlight Studio in the colorway Ray. So I wanted to go kind of like light to dark. And so I did. So that was the first color. Then I started fading in the second color, which is this. And that color is called Let the Wookiee Win. So you fade into there. Then you knit that color by itself for a few rows. Crochet, thank you. And this is Tunisian crochet. This is the lattice stitch. So the texture, I think, is just absolutely gorgeous.
That'd be a cool texture for a blanket.
100%. 100%. So that's the second color. And the third color, which I am currently working on my fade between those 2 colors. You can see it up here, the fade starting to happen. That color is Fiber Optic yarns in the cashmere base in the colorway Sedona. So those are the 3 colors together. And I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, it's a nice shawl. It's a nice fabric. We were talking about this on Thursday, and I said it's lighter than you would typically think of crochet. It's not as dense, but it's heavier than a knitting a knitted shawl.
It's so
it's
squishy.
It doesn't have the structure that I think sometimes that you would think of crochet.
Yeah.
Crochet, I often feel like
the drape. Like it's still drapey.
It has movement.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be so cool. Right?
And it seems like you're doing it pretty quickly too.
So now it's getting pretty long. And I will tell you, so I'm using a 5mm crochet hook, a Tunisian crochet hook from Chaogu. I am loving Tunisian crochet, and I would really like to explore different styles of hooks. So,
as what other styles are there?
Different brands, maybe.
Oh, okay.
And this is wood on the it's an interchangeable set.
You want a fixed one?
I don't know, maybe. So I have a pattern picked out for a blanket to do. I'm just waiting for the yarn to come to skein. Well, we're gonna go pick that up. We'll pick it up. Hopefully, it'll be there when we go to skein in February this month. Anywho, so it's getting a little bit long, right? So when I'm struggling a little bit, like keeping the hook stabilized when I'm going into to turn it, you probably can't see, but I'm trying to turn it using the fabric because I can't just hold on to the hook anymore.
Oh, I see.
So I have to kind of manipulate the hook.
Can you extend the cord?
No, because it's still going to be, no matter how long the cord is, I can't it's too long. Like the fabric is too long in order to hold on to the hook itself. Like I can't hold on to the hook.
On your return pass or when you're picking up?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the beginning, like it's a lot easier because I'm able to hold on to the hook and stabilize it. And again, I'm new to Tunisian crochet, so maybe there's a technique. I haven't looked anything up, but the yarn itself is a superwash yarn, so it's a little slippery, so it slides over the wooden hook. Like, I don't know. Metal will probably be even worse, but I have a hard time. Like if you hold it here, like it's a hard time to kind of turn the hook.
The movement to pick up a stitch, to pick up the yarn and pull it through. That movement is what's difficult because you don't have a grip on the hook any longer. Well, it was
That's what
hard.
I just said.
No, it was hard to envision because you said I have a hard time moving the hook, like twisting the hook, and I'm like, where are you going with it? But now to say to like go into a stitch and grab, you're having a hard time because you don't have this.
Yeah.
So now I understand visually.
Okay.
I wasn't visually.
No, it's okay, man. I wasn't.
I just
explaining
thought
it.
your
Like I said,
hook
I'm new.
was rolling.
It is rolling.
Yeah, but I didn't know rolling when.
Rolling with my homies.
That's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
We haven't seen that in a while.
I know. So, anywho, and I think it is going quickly. It's very satisfying, and once I get into the groove, it's very like meditative, and especially that return pass, it's like it feels great. But I'm just curious because I find myself cramping a little bit in my wrist because I'm trying to hold it a little bit, grip it stronger, more tightly.
Maybe you need a straight
to
one.
manipulate it. But then that's the problem is like how long I need to hold on to the hook. Like imagine this is the size of a friggin' crochet hook. I can't do that. I would end up pulling my shoulder out of the friggin' socket. So whatevs. Anywho, that just might be how it is. Just curious if anybody has like tips and tricks or if you just make it work.
Yeah, I guess that's a really interesting thing with Tunisian because you wouldn't have that with a regular crochet pattern.
No, because you're able to hold the hook the entire time. Your project is on the
left,
right?
Not on the right like it is with a knitting project.
That's exactly right. And I'm using the fabric to kind of, I'm holding the fabric steady and the stitches steady as well as trying to manipulate the hook.
Right.
But I'm used to with crochet, like you don't have to put a lot of effort into, turning this way and grabbing and whatever. But when you add that extra layer in there, you have to because like the stitches are moving like over, I don't know. I'm probably not explaining it correctly, but hopefully you all got a visual of what I'm trying to say. I'm absolutely loving this, and I cannot wait to have the finished product, and I cannot wait to continue to Tunisian crochet. All right, that's all I have to say, and I'm also very excited that I picked this out myself. I mean, from my stash, which I picked out the yarn initially because I liked it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no intention of putting them together.
All right, so since we're in a time, I'm not going to talk about that. So that's all of our projects.
Yeah, I have a future project. Each month we plan on knitting a new pair of socks because we have quite the stash of woolens and nosh all over the place. And so Kevin and I are going to be alternating our mysterious sock club every month. Kevin's going to start January's and I'll do February's. But in the meantime, I wanted to get a pair of socks done every month as well. So I'm going back into our stash and I'm starting with, I just randomly grabbed this off the shelf. And I'm glad that I did because I think this is a beautiful colorway. This is the Yarn Club 2024 July called Porch Knitting. So I caked that up this morning and I will cast that on today. It's woolens and nosh, the July 24 club.
Nice.
Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, so before we jump into...
I just have to find a bag to put it in.
What the hell is that section called? Breaking the Bank and Owl Post. I'm just going to show some yarn that I've added to our website,
which really
is needlesattheready.com.
Really excited for this, Kevin.
The majority of the stuff that I'm going to show has limited quantities. Like, I think most of them are 6 skeins or less. Because I've been dyeing for a wholesale order. So I've been dyeing some extra and putting it on the shop. The majority of this is also on the Athena base, which is the 8515. Superwash merino, extra fine superwash merino, and the nylon. And then any of our one-of-a-kinds, which we call single brews, that are on the site are currently marked down 15% off. So they are under the sale section, and you'll see some of them today. Quite a bit, actually. All right, so I have added Dreamcatcher.
This is not a one-of-a-kind.
No, there is a one-of-a-kind version, which is... I'll actually grab it just so you could see the difference. So this is the Dreamcatcher one-of-a-kind. So you hopefully can see that the gray is darker, and the speckles on this, I speckle it with a dye called Tobacco Leaf. This is my original batch that I bought when I first started dyeing, and the speckles break differently. On here, they are browns. On here, it got like this yellowy, like chartreusey color, which is actually really pretty. It's a bummer really because this is the new formula, so that goes brown and this goes like yellow and reds.
So that's what you can expect from our like our single brews of a colorway that we already that he already dyes.
There'll be a couple.
It's just a little bit of a difference. It's almost exactly the same, but just with a little.
This has more gray, and the speckles are different colors than it typically has.
Yep.
We'll do another one.
We differentiate by, like Kevin said, they're called single brews.
This one might be
the original colorway name.
Actually, isn't harder to tell. So this is Tiger's Eye.
I see the difference.
Did I not do?
So this just has a little bit of a extra blip of light.
No, that's regular. That's regular Tiger's Eye. This is
it really? You don't usually have these.
Yeah. This is the single brew.
Oh, I like the single brew.
So see how the single brew has...
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to put acid in the pan. So when it was heating up, instead of giving me variation, I got more of an all-over color, but the variation is this dark bit.
But why does that one look so different?
Because the variation could be on the inside.
Oh.
That's the thing about skeinin.
Yeah.
Skeinin not hides, but it can hide things like speckles.
That you don't know to expect.
Yeah. Or it could be, obviously 2 different batches.
Yeah.
So.
This is beautiful knit up. Meg has that beautiful sweater. Meg from Skein. And I'm sure we've posted it before, but she's got a beautiful sweater knit up in Tiger's Eye. It's stunning.
So, yeah, this just has some of these orangey bits in it. It still has the brownish speckles.
I love that.
But it's more...
It's more of a solid, like a...
Yeah, this bit is weird. It's just where it was the heat hit and the dye had
really
kind of settled.
I actually like that a lot.
This I forgot to show last time, actually. So I did dye up some peppermint bark on... the Achilles base, which is 7525 superwash merino and nylon. The Athena base, again, this is the 8515. And then this is the Aries base, which is BFL and nylon, 7525. Which this is interesting because it takes the dye differently. It is a little...
Well, like...
The color is different,
Yeah,
too,
it's a little richer almost on this one, like those colors.
A little more beige.
Yeah.
And the speckles actually... It takes speckling a bit differently.
This Athena base is phenomenal.
This is Mossy Cobblestone. So a very light gray and some green and gray speckles.
This goes with so many of your colors. It's so good. Like, remember we sold a lot of this at the trunk shows.
Yeah. This is Ravenswood. So this is a gray taupey color. And then you have brown speckles. But then you also have some really dark brown bits. This, what I have, is only going to be able to dye for a while because they are out of one of the dyes that I use for this. So that, unfortunately, I won't be able to dye for a bit. Here goes another colorway with its accompanying single brew. Snowy River and the single brew.
Oh, how interesting.
So this one...
I love how, like, Your single brews are good.
So the blue is the same
mistakes.
blue in here. It's just again, it's just
more of
it's
it.
it's this. It's not supposed to have these bands of the dark. The speckling is I didn't let the speckles set long enough on these. So there's more of this, and the way that this breaks, there is, I don't know if I have it here. There's like these bits of like pink in some spots. So Snowy River single brew. Rhubarb, there's now only 4 of these because I only added 6 and 2 of them sold since posting. So there's currently only 4 of these in the shop.
Are you bringing that with you for your wholesale order? Was that ordered?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should just... You're going to have to dye more then.
No, I haven't put the stuff for wholesale on the site. I'm saying in addition to what I dyed for the wholesale site.
Oh, this is in addition to. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I didn't put the wholesale order on the site. This is
Smart.
Iron Mountain.
This is another one of my favorites.
And then the rest... Oh, and then Pistachio Brittle. So Pistachio Brittle's a really nice light green, and then you get these brown and orangey bits in it.
I use that in my... What shawl did I just do? Or I'm doing it in my Stephen West shawl.
And then the rest of these are single brews.
Okay.
Some of them... Actually, that's a lie. I found some I forgot to put on the site. Some Twilight on the Demeter fingering, which is 100% superwash merino. So there's 4 of these on there.
And that's not a base that we're carrying anymore.
Correct. Well, here and there, because I may have a couple skeins like left over. Now the rest are single brews. This is called Chromatic Fall.
Hey, it's so good.
This is Sunflower Fields that I showed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I can see the sunflower.
This is the second... I said I had dyed it 2 different methods using the same exact dyes. This was the other one that I did not like as much as the one that I'll be keeping, Sunflower Fields. So this is on the Achilles DK, which is 75-25 merino nylon. Yeah.
Chromatic Fall.
Chromatic Fall. This is on my old 80-20 base. So it's a 2-ply 80-20 superwash merino nylon. This is called Teal Tide.
Oh, fun.
So it's a bluey green. There's some variation in it.
And these are all 15% off.
These are all any single brews are marked 15% off currently. And I think there's 3 or 4 of these, I think.
Nice. That'll be a nice shawl.
This is also on the Demeter fingering. There's 1 of these. This was a no dye behind one. This is called Green with Envy. So it's a really pretty green.
It's really pretty.
That's why I called it Green for Envy, because I'm envious of it and I can't make it again because it was literally no dye behind.
Whatever's left over.
This is also on the 80-20 base. This is Golden Moss. There's 3 of these. Maybe
pretty.
4. This was also
nice with the Twilight.
This was also a whatchamacallit, no dye behind. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, there's 2 of these. And this is called
look how bright.
Tangerine Twist.
Yeah, Kevin, that's fantastic.
And this was Leave No Dye Behind too. I think
that's really coming across.
Remember when last time we went to Skane and we were at dinner and I said like I was trying to dye something and dye spilled?
Yeah.
I think this may be from when it like did and my measurements were off, so I just had to
throw
stuff.
It totally reminds me of like a tangerine popsicle or something.
All of this has been added to the site.
Wow, there's a lot.
A bunch of other things on there, so feel free to head over and take advantage of that 15% off the single brews. And
if you haven't tried the Athena sock base, it really
is.
Feels so luxurious.
I know. I need to. I'm actually quite bummed that I currently can't get more of the dye for the.
And that's the same price point. Not your yarns are all the same price point, right?
No. The Athena is $29.
Oh yeah,
is typically and then there's one other one that's $29. The BFL is $29, mm-hmm. And then everything else is $28.
Yeah, which is a great price.
All right, we have probably have to leave to get Reese in 13 minutes.
No worries.
Okay,
we'll get through this really quick.
All right, so Owl Post and Break in the Bank. We do have Owl Post.
Yes.
Just this, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
Are you not showing these?
Yeah, I said this. And you
Oh,
said
yeah.
no.
I'm sorry. I thought you grabbed something else.
Oh,
But
okay.
yes, that's correct. So this was sent to us from Mary, who has a company called My Maker's Life, and we'll try to get everything linked down below. Just thinking about us, sent beautiful cards with us. I am really chuffed about this. Chuffed. I'm going to start using those words too. That's from the... So...
Is that from Tony and Ryan?
Maybe.
Did they use Chuffed? Where did you hear Chuffed recently?
It's in my books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I didn't go through everything in here, and I'm not going to go through everything in here for the sake of time, but I loved how this was put together. So in this box was this bag. You all know how much we love Harry Potter. And in here was another bag. Like, so here's how it comes. You open it up. Oh, it's hard to see. And it opens up like this. There are beautiful like teas and spoons and instant coffees.
So it opens up quite like... So Ray has an extra. So I got something similar. Right? Similar but different.
Yeah.
So this pouch, and mine has the one handle. And then it opens up, and then mine is set up like each side of his, where there's these little pockets sewn in. So this has some tea and candy, and then on this side there's also pockets with tea and the wooden spoon.
And in here was a coffee mug. I believe they're the same. Expecto Patronum. Look how freaking cute.
Yes, and here is her card.
Oh my
So
god,
my
I think she
Maker's
did this
Life-
herself. It's on a Cricut. It's done on the Cricut mugs.
And then this is her Etsy shop. So Etsy.com.
We will certainly
shop
have that
My
link down
Maker's
below.
Life.
Like I said, I didn't go through all of this, but there's individual teas in here. There's honey. What an amazing pack
Yes.
of... Oh, is that a piece of chocolate?
And this is all in the cup were these local teas
Yes.
from
Like
Montana.
that were curated.
So that's fun. I've been drinking a lot of tea lately. That's my afternoon thing now. I got a new little kettle where I can set the temperature based on the type of tea that I have. It's
And-
got a fancy little spout
Yeah, and this is going to be a really cute, like, single skein project bag, because this is attached.
Right.
But you can put, like, your, needles, needle stoppers, all different things in there. I think that this is so freaking cute. And I cannot thank you enough. I thought
Yes, thank you.
What a clever gift. Oh my gosh.
All right. And then the rest is some break in the bank. So things that I bought, because Ray has bought none of this.
I'm going to eat this.
So
Well, this is kind of both of us, really, because we were talking about it during...
we were talking about it, but I hit the buy
You were the
now
one that
button.
pulled the trigger, yeah.
So in our... Oh, which we didn't talk about. So real quick. We have a mal... Do you need help?
No, yeah, but it's okay. Continue.
Do you want me to open that?
No, it's okay.
Can I-
No, get away from me. Carry on. We have 12 minutes left now.
So we are participating in the From a Book Mal with the boys over at Fiber Hustle and Michael from Piece for Piece Crafting. So the thing with this mal is it's just as simple as you're making a project, any type of project, from a book that you own. There's no prizes, nothing. You can use the hashtag From a Book Mal. Michael has a thread on his Ravelry group if you want to chatter about it. It was just a way to get people to make something from books that they have in their library. So, we did a Zoom in January, and we all shared what books we were making from, and then we were easily influenced to purchase 2 new books.
Surprise, surprise.
One is A Partridge in a Pear Tree, Crochet the 12 Birds of Christmas by Carrie Lord.
I love this.
These are
So
damn cute.
They're darling.
So we purchased that.
And that's crochet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then people, and we've been seeing this a lot, is gnomes, and more gnomes. So we purchased The Gnomes of Grimblewood by Sarah, would you say Shira?
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 I just think this is a really good option for scraps. Imagine like you're hosting a Christmas dinner party and the like everybody's seat has a little gnome with their name in front of it.
Oh my god, so cute. Maybe we'll do it for Christmas next year.
We're not hosting Christmas next year.
Oh, sorry, Mom.
No, we talked about that.
I know, it's funny. Maybe we'll do it for Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll make Thanksgiving gnomes. But you can do so many different things. Like, if you want to do a different hat and a different body, like, why can't you mix and match?
Yeah, there's a thing at the back that kind of says
cute.
how to... There's one, I think, particular gnome pattern in the back.
That's a very unique one. Look at the little cables or twisted stitches down the bottom there. Super cute.
I believe this individual also has like a Gnome of the Month club or something like that that some people are participating in.
Adorbs.
So we got that.
And it's all fingering weight, yeah? Or you can do
there's also
worsted, DK. There's different...
And then I have two more things. Since we are
this
doing...
This candy is phenomenal.
Sounds it.
Mm-hmm. If anybody's interested, it's this. I don't know what that is.
We received our shipment for our January 2025 Woolens and Nash Yarn Club, and this is called If Hibernating is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right. So this is very...
I love these are phenomenal.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that.
The deeper, richer colors.
Yeah, so this is going to be my cast on for the month of February. And then I received my fiber from the Into the World monthly fiber club. This is January 2025. It is a superwash Cheviot, and the colorway is called Midnight Poutine. So this is how it comes, and these are the colors. And I think this might be my next spin.
It's really nice. It's right up your alley.
Got some reds and purples, grays, some maybe just a hint of blue here or there. But I haven't I haven't spun up a full braid or bat of superwash yarn. So what I'm thinking is I do want to spin for Andrea Mowry's shift cowl. So I may use this as one of my 3 skeins. If I can get the weight right. And so I don't know. So this may be my next one. So that is all of our breaking the banks.
Yeah. I think that's it.
So we are not going to cover some of the stuff that we wanted to. But
sorry, we had a last minute favor to take Reese to dance today.
Yeah, Reese has to be at dance in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So we may see you if you're going to the Boston tomorrow. We may see you then.
If you're going to Nashville, we'll chat with you before then.
Yes.
But I think that's really it. Hope you all have a
fantastic 2 weeks.
And
we will see you in a fortnight. Bye.
Bye.